Well, hello everyone and welcome to my shooting range. I am out here today to do some testing with my Merrill Smoothbore Fowler. Get kind of a good look at it. It's got a Kibler lock on there, 42-inch Rice, I believe, barrel, 62 caliber, 20 gauge. Heck of a beautiful gun. I had him do some very simple not inletting. Is it inletting? Carving. We'll call it carving on this fine piece of walnut. Anyway, today what my goal is to see how well these fine old pumpkins 60 caliber round balls do with a patch at about 40-ish yards. I would like to hunt deer with this smoothbore, and while I do like shooting buckshot, I'd like to see what it does with a round ball too. Anyway, like I said, I'll be trying it with a patch today. I know it's not necessarily the traditional loading method for a smoothbore, but just trying to take up that little bit extra space in the bore hopefully will give me a bit more accuracy. I'm going to be doing 70 grains of 2F GoX, and I will be putting a powder wad on there. I think I'm just going to go with the little shot cards. They're typically overshot cards. I'm not going to use a nitro card or a cushion wad. And the only reason, I don't think it's going to affect my accuracy that much, but I'd like to have it in there because if I do go deer hunting with it, I will be putting something in between the wet patch and the powder, because I have no qualms about leaving a rifle or smoothbore, well, any black powder rifle, loaded during the season. And I would hate for all that olive oil or whatever the patch lube is I'm using to leach in there and destroy what could be 5-10 grains of powder. So that being said, let's go ahead and get you on a stand, get some ears on, get this thing loaded up, and see what we can do. All right. So I just realized that I forgot to bring down some dry patches. So this first shot is just going to be a wild one in that general direction, because I don't know how much oil's left down there in the bore. And if it hang fires real bad or whatever, I don't want to blame that. Have something to blame on it. Anyway, like I said, I'm shooting 70 grains using a 45-70 case as a powder measure. Like I said, I'm not using a nitro card or anything. I'm just using a little thin cardboard wad to separate the powder from a wet patch. And for the sake of being real easy to get lubed up, I'm just doing olive oil today. Let's see if I can squeeze the extra out of there. I'm gonna make a mess anyhow. All right, let's see here. Find some ears. I'm a habitual vent pricker. It makes a difference. And let's see, a little bit of 4F in the pan. And let's see. All right. So I will spare you the reload and we'll get right to shooting. If I haven't mentioned it before, I've also drilled out this touch hole from a 1/16 of an inch up to 5/64. Hopefully improve ignition speed and reliability a little bit. Getting too old for this thing. All right, if I can count, I think this is number 5. All right, well, let's go see what we did. Yoink. Well, here's a patch. I think that was my sloppy cutting up here, but a patch with a little wide in there. Cool. That spinner's at 25 yards. Just kind of give you an idea. All right. Well, not as good as I hoped, but honestly not terribly disappointed with my experience in shooting large bore flintlocks. I know probably at least one of these two, or both of them, were me flinching. Anyway, it's like a 3-inch bull, so that's about an 8-inch span right there. So center to center, it's about a 6-inch group, 6.5. So I'd say I probably have some more load development to do, and maybe the next time I do this, I will, instead of shooting off of sticks, I'll actually shoot off a rest and support both the front and the back. But overall, that's not a bad thing to find out. I would still take this out and hunt deer with it, just knowing that I have to aim a bit low. And out in these woods and all that, I usually don't have very long shots. A 40-yard shot in the woods around here is it's stretching it. But that being said, I did bring the chronograph out today, so let's go get that set up and send a ball or two over that and see what we get. Alright, so the goal is that it's far enough away that the patch won't cause interference, but it's close enough that I still get a good muzzle energy. So let's see, I'll get 2 or 3 shots. Well, I would have to say that was a pretty informative little range session. 8 shots. I got some velocity data. I think I still need to do a little bit more load development as far as charge weight goes. Any much higher than that, it'll be kicking like a mule, but I'd rather kick like a mule and know where it's going to go. But anyway, I think I'm going to stick out of the range a little bit, do a bit more shooting, and and go ahead and wrap this one up.